Anyway,
Okay.
after saying this, I can start the stream.
Very nice.
We can go through mm, vocabulary.
Yes.
The first one that the first word that we have there is come to mind,
Mm-hmm.
right? Read the example. Oh, read the definition, sorry.
Yes. Where is it? Where is it?
And open
Come
glossary, of course.
to be thought or remember?
Let's do something. I'll put it in front of you and you
Yeah.
copy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Come to my mind.
Mhm.
Come to mind, sorry. To be thought
Mhm.
of or remembered.
Mhm. Be thought
Yeah.
of, which is actually thought of is another cookie.
Okay. The cookie.
Yeah. The first one was well, the definition here helps a lot, actually.
If something comes to mind or springs to mind, you think of. If something comes to mind or springs to mind, you think of it without making any effort. Okay.
Makes sense? So every time you want to say se me ocurrió,
Mm-hmm.
ujú,
Mm-hmm.
me acordé, remember, comes to mind.
And okay,
Ujú,
how would you say se
ujú.
me ocurre? Is the same?
Se me ocurre, it comes to mind. Ujú. You can say comes to mind.
It comes to mind. Okay.
Ujú. It comes to mind to do this. It comes to mind to do that. There could be
Okay.
another one that is there's another one in my mind. May come up. I can come up with something. Se me va a ocurrir algo. I can come up with something.
Okay.
That will be a phrasal verb. Mhm.
Okay. Very nice.
Hmm.
Everything is okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the file where I saved this thing. Mm. Found it. Okay. In the speech that you built this week, we have the example, this one. Read this.
The first image that comes to mind when I hear the term molecular biology is the intricate web of interactions.
Of interactions that happen in the chain of reaction, for example, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense? So comes to mind is the, probably you are using the word think,
Mm-hmm.
no? That will be the solution here. Expansion of vocabulary.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Lie at the heart of action.
Lie at the heart of. To be the central or most important part of something. Oh, when you say the last Coca-Cola of the dessert.
Maybe the last Coca-Cola of the desert. Why?
Because yes, you haven't heard this in Spanish?
Yeah, totally. Totally, but that's not related to your speech because you said, do you remember that we were talking about understanding all this is
Mm-hmm.
fundamental
Mm-hmm.
to understand the rest of the no?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
I
so
don't think it's related to the Coca-Cola.
in this case is actually someone is really important, right?
Yeah, something, not
Someone
someone.
or something. Okay.
Precisely.
Okay, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Especially something, not someone.
Okay.
If you're talking about someone, yes, that's a Coca-Cola. But something that will be lying at the heart of something.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's really windy outside.
Yeah,
Mm.
training.
To be central. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Nice.
Did you get the example?
Um, it's a dynamic and complex process that lies at the very again. It's a dynamic and complex process that lies at the very heart of biological function.
At the very heart, that's another use of very.
At the
Mhm.
very okay.
The very oop, used to describe or emphasize the furthest point of something. He found a piece of paper he had lost at the very bottom of the pile. It's,
Okay. Like
you know?
mhm.
Yeah. Like the last one. Uh-huh. That's the easiest way to describe it. At the very. Let's copy that too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. The next one, unfold into.
unfold into, to gradually develop into something more complex.
Pronunciation, gradually, gradually.
Gradually.
Mhm.
To gradually develop into something more complex. And gradually unfolds into increasingly sophisticated structures, chromosomes, nuclei, organelle cells, and ultimately the tissues. Mm.
Mm, sounds good.
Yeah. Mm. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Rely on. Oh, this is, you have seen that many times, but we need to find a way to make you use it. Are you familiar with rely on? Do you remember that?
Yes,
Mhm. In the in the
but I
modified,
want to use it more.
yes. Yeah, because there's a gap between understanding and knowing the word and actually using it. And
Mm,
the theory says that the new word starts to be used after the 10th time you forced it to be used. So
okay.
you can, like, literally after 10 examples you make, you get more accustomed to the word and then you can use it in your everyday speech. I recommend my students to make 10 examples per word every time they feel they don't use those words, or they cannot memorize a word or something. Mhm. After the 10th, bam. Mhm. So check the example I created.
Medicine, arguably.
Okay, that's a new word.
Yes.
Transition.
Are are
Yeah.
yeah, that's the problem.
Let's associate that syllable as the way you pronounce this. How do you pronounce this?
Few.
Right. Look at the interaction of the consonant and the and this J. You. It's like a letter I. That
Okay.
would be the same thing as this.
Few. You.
You. Perfect.
Arguable.
Argue. Then they have the schwa.
Yes.
Argue.
Arguable. Arguable. Arguable.
Open it to 4 syllables. Argue.
Are you
Ugly.
oh bly. Are
And the strong one is the first one. Arguably.
arguably.
Fantastic.
Arguably.
Arguably. Okay.
Mhm. Perfect.
Arguably.
Arguably. Read it again.
Medicine, arguably the most renowned among them, relies heavily,
Heavy.
heavily
Mhm.
on molecular biology.
Okay, there was another word here.
Renowned. Something.
Renowned.
Renowned.
Renowned. I'm sorry.
Renowned.
Renowned is a synonym to, we have here celebrated or noted, but we can in your speech you use the word famous or popular.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a C1 way to say
It is
popular.
like reconocido.
I like it. Mhm.
Okay.
Reconocido.
Renowned. Yeah, now it makes sense.
Mhm.
I would like to put in the glossary very known.
Very known. Yeah, that's very well known. What about that? Very well known.
Okay.
That actually is a, a valuable synonym.
Okay. Very well known. Oh, it's a C1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't worry about C1 words. The ones that we would need you to like this process I tell you about making 10 examples.
Mm-hmm.
The vocabulary that you must focus on would be B1, B2,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you see C1 and plus, those are either formal words or technical words.
Okay.
So nobody calls you, wow, what a renowned person, you know?
Yes.
Mhm. They'll be only used in articles or very like how can I tell you, very specific writings.
Okay.
Focus on B2, and if you see a phrasal verb that is B1, oof, that's super urgent, for you to put it in your everyday speech.
Okay.
For example, rely on. If you search rely on,
That you need to use.
yeah, that's a B2.
Yes.
Mhm. Relies heavily on molecular biology.
Heavily. Mhm. Okay.
Mhm. Let's take a note on the word arguably. And to see one again. Let's use the synonym reasonably.
Reasonable.
Bly. Yeah, because here I'm using the adjective because the word arguably doesn't exist in many of the dictionaries. Adverbs are an issue.
So arguably
Arguably,
is an adverb.
totally.
Okay.
And it should be paired with adverbs as synonyms. So reasonably and rationally.
Originally. Okay.
Good. Let's go to number 5. Lead to.
Lead to result in or cause something. Might might lead learners to perceive it as irrelevant or unnecessarily difficult.
Do you remember the part of your speech where you said that?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Perceive it as irrelevant or unnecessarily difficult. That's why the use of adverbs can decorate. I say that adverbs can decorate very well, and they can
Correct.
help. Mhm.
Okay.
They can help very, very well to say an idea.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I like the next.
Next one, yes. Interesting.
Spark curiosity.
Spark. Yeah, literally like a light, like a fire.
I imagined fairy.
Oh,
Like
like
yes.
sparks. Interesting. Yep, totally.
Spark curiosity. To cause someone to become interested. Okay.
Mhm,
This approach can spark curiosity, foster relevance, and motivate students.
mhm. Have you ever searched the word foster?
No.
Similar to motivate,
Mm,
support, encourage, stimulate. Take a note on those.
okay.
Mhm. Good. Let's put a little asterisk to the words that we should be practicing way too much. The rest of them are really useful for you to get familiar with more advanced vocabulary, but those are the ones that I want you to practice, like to give a little emphasis on. So in the next exercises, when you need to produce English, put them in, you know? Let's
Produce
also work come
English.
up with. Yeah, come to mind. Lead to, probably. Mhm. Let me check the level. Lead. As a verb, to go with or in front of a person or animal to show the way. Guide. Yep. Mhm. This is considered A2. So the more you use it, better. The last one, turn into.
Turn into to transform or become something else.
Right. Here.
So that the students become interested to turn into a scientist, no matter how difficult it could be. Oh, no matter.
Yeah, no matter how. That's also very important.
Yeah,
That will be a cookie.
many time.
Mhm.
Turn into transform or become. Okay.
Good, 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 good. Now that you are here, let's read the modified version of your script.
Very nice.
Let's check it. First paragraph.
Okay. Okay. The first image that comes to mind when I hear the term molecular biology is the intricate web of interactions that DNA undergoes throughout the development of life. It's a dynamic and it's a dynamic and complex process that lies at the very heart of biological function.
Stop. Good.
Mhm.
This is basically an opening statement,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
That will be, it's always a good idea to start with some context before actually going to the rest of it. You did well. This is like very decorated.
Very decorated.
Mhm. But that opens the idea of talking about the intricate way of interactions, which is the chain reaction that we talked about. Uh, we are already saying that it's complex because it's difficult. Like we are prepared. We are getting the reader ready.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
At the core of this
Precision.
filed, field,
Yeah, field. Do you know what's field?
uh, maybe an area.
Uh-huh. Like the translation to Spanish will be campo,
Oh, okay.
you know? So
Yeah.
it is usually used when you are talking about um areas of expertise. In my
Okay.
field, in your field, that's technical speech.
Okay.
Action.
At the core of this field is a highly specialized and remarkably efficient genetic machinery one that not only ensures the proper functioning of
Mentioning.
biological systems, but also initiates
Mhm.
a fascinating cascade of molecular events. It all begins with the nitrogenous bases that
Nitro, no? Nitrogens.
nitro, nitrogenous
Mhm.
nitrogenous bases that constitute DNA and gradually unfolds into increasingly sophisticated structures, chromosomes, nuclei, organelles, cells, and ultimately the tissues that form living organisms.
Mhm.
It's very
I
decorated,
like that one. Increasingly,
increasingly.
gradually unfolds into increasingly sophisticated structures. Yeah, those adverbs make everything really well. With
It sounds like if ChatGPT do
written.
it.
Yeah. Yes. Good eye, eh? Very good eye. Yeah, it reads very differently when a human does it versus a machine. Totally. This is totally ChatGPT.
Mhm.
Totally. Very
Mhm.
good eye. Mhm. That's why I like to use it as a basis. So then
Okay.
as a combination of this information and your information, you can produce something really nice,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
So let's extract all the use of adverbs and let's see if you can implement them, you know?
Okay. Yes.
Let me give you
More adverts.
huh, okay, yes. No, actually the adverbs that ChatGPT used,
Okay.
you know? Let's do the same with the adverbs in it. Yeah, no, this tool, we need to know how to use it, you know?
I like so much Claude
Which one?
or Cloud.
Cloud.
Mhm.
Why do you prefer that one?
Um, what we have experienced in like in the career, we actually don't use it for everything,
Mhm.
but I think that is she. Yes, but she's a little bit more technical.
Oh, that's why.
Hmm. And I don't know why, but ChatGPT sometimes don't feel
Doesn't
like
it?
he doesn't feel like he's telling you something that happens, you know?
Hmm.
It feels very, very, very created. I created.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the other one?
Cloud.
Cloud?
Mm-hmm.
Cloud AI? Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Claude. Claude.
Mm-hmm.
Claude.
Yeah, she's very good.
Very interesting, eh?
Yeah, I have a teacher
Hmm.
on the uni who tell us like, yeah, don't worry, use them, but just know how.
Yeah.
And she was very angry because she couldn't make ChatGPT call her.
Interesting.
Yeah, she was
Interesting.
very angry.
Like literally the memory didn't work to make it uh understand that she was a female.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks. Sometimes like I that's exactly why I don't rely all my stuff in it
Mm-hmm.
because it's like it's so faulty. There are so many mistakes they can come up with. You know, there's so actually look at this list. This list, ChatGPT told me this was a phrasal verb. That's not a phrasal verb.
You're very angry.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate robots. I hate them so much. I remember, do you remember iRobot, the movie?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see iRobot from with Will Smith?
No,
Bro, why haven't you seen that classic?
no, sorry.
So Robert Neville, sorry, Robert Neville, the dog, the police. I think he was a police or a researcher. I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
He hated robots, but the whole society had implemented. Oh, I remember. He hated them because he was a policeman, and the whole city was running their security on robots,
Um,
so they didn't use humans at
was
all anymore.
replaced.
Exactly. Mhm. So he was so mad with them in so many senses.
It makes
He
sense.
take their job. They they were they were actually the reason his wife died, and there were many reasons why he didn't actually trust them. Mhm. It's a great
Wow.
movie and very relevant for today's issues. Now talking about AI. Mhm. Great movie recommendation. It's so interesting how yeah, like you are so familiar with reading that you automatically felt this was AI. That's
Yes.
why I don't recommend to write like this. I just want you to check all the ways we can extract vocabulary here,
Mm-hmm.
and let's try to implement in your speech.
Okay.
So take this list,
This another list.
another list, but now of adverbs.
Okay.
Another list, another sticker.
You may have a collection.
Oh yeah, that's so funny.
Okay.
Mhm. Let's see how they work. Let's study them during the week. And then for the next time you produce it, let's try to implement everything. Phrasal verbs, adverbs. Let's see how we can merge everything up. The next writing is going to be about applied sciences. Mhm. So I want to see if we can extract this information.
Oh my
Keep
god.
working.
My trainers are coming on July.
Damn.
Yes.
And it's going. Yes, you're in perfect time. You're in perfect time. You have more English than you think. So get confident. Feel confident this is going to work.
Okay.
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 Very good. Thanks, girl. I'll see you then tomorrow. We're done. Right?
Okay. Great.
Go lift some metal circles.
Today I have to run.
You have to run?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Let me stop the recording.